remember, touch. Sometimes I let a chair, I even let a chair on my back touch the wall a little bit. And I'm doing little overaction, okay? And let this touch on this, this touch on this, back touch on that, hand touch on here. So I have many points touch on the ground. Be supportive. You understand?
Yeah.
Don't empty yourself, you know. Yeah, solid yourself. Now this is the one action that we do with both hands, right? Which is very important because number one, you massage the patient. Number two, you feel the patient, you diagnose the patient, and there's many benefits of do two hands. Sometimes we may want to do one hand. Okay, when we do one hand, we use this part to touch the spine, and we use this hand touch the left hand. Okay, this is one hand. But there's so much resistance by touching. So you want to have integrate power, integrate your power. What you do is you have this hand, just touch it. You automatically will have pushing power to the palm. And your hands here is massaging the spine or other area at the same time. If the patient has very strong coldness in the body, this part of your hand will get very cold. You won't believe how cold you will feel. You will feel like a bone cold, you know. But the temperature is not that cold, but you will feel bone cold because it's just the energy that transfer to you. So using this technique also use this Moxa patient also help you to prevent get the sick energy, evil energy from the patient, because the heat is gonna take over everything, and it protect your joints. Let's say if we do massage patient without these things, we do like this, whatever this. Later soon, your finger gonna receive a lot of cold energy. Your joints will become too dark, you know, and your low back will hurt. So when we use this kind of technique, we actually help yourself. Any question?
Yes. When you feel the cold, for example, should one stay there and just like maybe do spirals on the heat, or just keep gliding it?
It's up to you. Okay. It's up to your mind at that moment. Sometimes you do feel some part, some area you want to do more, but your intuition tells you you want to follow, you want to continue. That's right. That's the right moment, the right thoughts. So your intuition, follow your intuition always. Then follow your skill. Because skill can be modified, but your intuition tells you the moment what you want to do. Sometimes it's not happen all the time. Sometimes your intuition will make you feel want to throw up when you treat the patient. You just don't feel comfortable, you know. Then that tells you, and either you or this patient, you're not matching. But of course, as a healer, you would put a more positive energy to say, I'm helping this patient, you know. But you can't just say, I don't feel comfortable with you. You smells bad. I don't like you. Yes, of course, you can do that. You know, you choose people, people choose you. But your responsibility is to help people. So unless the patient gives you a lot of trouble, sometimes you do feel, you know, not the physical only, but you feel the patient communication or whatever, the patient don't make you feel comfortable. At that time, you might need to think, you know, stop or talk to the patient until the patient understands what are you doing to her or him. You know, have good communication first, because that's we call the intention. Even into the ceremony, like you go to church, you go to a temple, your intention is going to be served. So when patient come to you, her body is laid down here, but you are serving her intention. You know what I mean? Yeah, and you are serving your intention. So skills can be good or bad. It's not important, but your intention, your inspiration, your intuition, your intention. Yeah. So when I do to her, I feel there's some blockage right here, well, here, the whole area here, and the low back here, and there's a dips here. Now, if you feel ridges, that means it's a blockage, mostly tied to the blockage. If you feel dips, that mean usually it's deficiency, which means not enough. I have a patient who has stomach surgery. When I go to the stomach area, I feel a dip, like empty inside, you know. So if you feel like here, I feel ridges, right? I feel blockage. My intention is to let it go through. If I want to focus on here more, my intention is to let it go through. If like here is a deficiency, my intention will be tonify. Send it. Okay? Now, people might say, how can you tell if you are really sending it or take it out? There's no standard. No one can tell. We just do the way our intuition guides us. Yeah. But remember, with positive thoughts, you always help a patient because you open the space. It's the space with everything, not only you and the patient. Okay. Of course, physically we are in this dimension, but our thoughts, our energies in multi-dimensions. So we exist in multi-dimensions. Now, let's assume the back was done. Oh, remember, when we do the back, we better use a towel to cover. Don't let the heat lost other area. So focus on here. Now I'm gonna focus on her neck because the back is open. So I will cover the back. I will use an extra towel to cover the back. You can take a pause. Okay, now I have a towel cover her back. This towel is dirty look like because it's the smoke. Okay, it's not dirty. Of course, later in more practical way, you can choose a dark color towel. Don't be like me, choose a white color. Eventually, I will choose a dark color. Okay, because people don't like those dark color, but it's not dirty anyway. I will apply more essence oil. Now it's about 15-20 minutes. I'm gonna scrape the ash away. Okay, and make sure it's firm. Okay. Again, do from the spine first. You use one finger or a few fingers, 3 fingers. Now look at my right hand, the one I holding the bamboo. I don't do this because it requires me too much energy. I do my finger. Look, here I'm not moving. Here is not moving, but I have a bigger range of moving just by doing fingers. Same thing to this hand. If I do this, a lot of moving to the arm. But if I have a point, touch it. This is going to be my turning point. If I do this, I'm tired. If I do this, I save energy. We're going to do spine, sideways, a little more detail, and a little more detail.